AIS. C cedilla AIS, C cedilla AIT. Yeah, we don't think about it, but there's an A there. Next one. With a G, we have a similar thing. If a G doesn't have an E or an I, for example, it will be hard. So, for example, how would I say the throat? G-O, la gorge. We're not saying Georges, we're saying gorge, okay? If we said Georges, the name, G-E, the E has made it soft. If I said war, la guerre, yeah, there's not an E after the G, la guerre, okay? If I said to guarantee, G and an A, garantir, it's hard. So again, without the I and the E, these letters are hard. So for example, if I had je mange, tu manges, il mange, you're fine because there's an E there. If I had je mangeais, I was eating, you would need M-A-N-G-E-A-I-S. If I had we eat, N-O-U-S, we, M-A-N-G-E-O-N-S. Now that might shock you because you're thinking, no, Luke, I've been told with an A verb I take off the ER and for a nous I just put the O-N-S on in its place. Parler, parlant, toucher, touchant. Not with these verbs. So manger, nous mangeons, M-A-N-G-E-O-N-S, unless you want to say mangeant. Okay? Good. So that is really important with C and G. If that's not clear to you, it's clear for me. Let me tell you. If it's not clear for you, please do tell me. Okay? So we often say, oh, we eat. Yeah. We need to write that one down. Okay? Also, when you start using the passé simple for if you did any writing, you would notice, like, you know, phrases that go into the a, like il alla is the ending for he, you know, he went. Any verb where you've got the genus and the a there again. I know you've not done the passé simple, and it's a tense for literature, so don't worry. You would need that there as well. Good. Next one. Good. Talked about this before. I went. If your verb to be is the auxiliary, either in a reflexive, so je me suis lavé, I washed, je me suis rasé, not a verb I use often, then if you're the thing that's being washed or you're the thing that's been shaved, then or shaven, whatever, you're going to need to put an E. Same with all your retroverbs, or an S, consequently, if you're plural. Yeah. So we got washed, nous nous sommes lavés. E on the end if it's a feminine, but S on the end if it's a plural. It could be just an S, it could be just plural, it could be an ES, it could be feminine plural. Yeah, guys get washed, we get washed, women get washed. So if you had, for example, any retroverb at all, je suis allé, je suis parti, je suis descendu, je suis parti, merde, je suis arrivé, je suis rentré. Any of those, if you're a woman, you need an E on the end. If you are a plural entity, you need an S on the end. Nous sommes partis, P-A-R-T-I-S. We went as women, we left as women, nous sommes partis, P-A-R-T-I-E-S. Okay, so that is really not something that's going to crop up most of the time, unless you use the word die, so il est mort, elle est morte, because you've got a T there, you're not going to hear that. So be very careful to remember to check the E and the S. When you've written something in French, scan through again, go, right, there's a feminine, have I written a feminine adjective? So la fenêtre est ouverte, oh no, wrong. La fenêtre est ouverte, good. If you've written somebody doing something feminine with an retroverb, scan through, there's an E. Scan through, there's an S if it's plural. Because you will not be saying these out loud most of the time. So good, congratulate yourself. You're phonetic French speakers, you're thinking like French people, okay? But we need to check the spelling. Okay? Nearly there. Good, we've already talked about, I jumped forward, but we already talked about the preceding direct object, or it's so l'objet précédent direct, okay? That's fine. The one that we didn't, yes, we talked about that, okay? In case I forget it, and it might not be written in the same word order on the list, because I think I've written them in a slightly different word order, but the points underneath will be underneath to remind you them anyway, is the difference between ENT and ANT. So when do we get those right and wrong? So ENT, there are a couple of adjectives where we have, I said couple, weirdly, couple, it's a bit Indian. I've got a brilliant new fan from India, and I'm going to forget her name now, which is really going to annoy me. She's living in France. Her name begins with A. Her name begins with an H, and it's really going to annoy me. So I will try and find it before the end of the video, because she's been really complimentary. So if you've got, if you're that person and I've forgotten to give you a shout out, please write underneath. So if you've got, so strident, for example, is strident, yeah, like a dominant sort of thing. Generally though, ENT is silent. Think of the word silent in English. There's an E, an N and a T. And ANT is the gerund form of the verb. So fatigant, tiring, in speaking with Luke, en parlant avec Luke, so it will be the ing form of the verb, be it in a verb or be it in a kind of adjective. So ENT will be silent. Do not forget ENT in your verb any more than you forget an S. They speak, ils parlent. Yes, we think core, but PARLENT. It's silent, SILENT. Remember silent, like ENT in silent. En, ONT, is the future ending. Yeah, ils mangeront. We pronounce that. It's a sound. Yeah. Ils mangeaient, they were eating, the was form, AIENT. We don't pronounce the ENT, but it's still there. It's a they form, okay? So ENT goes on they verbs when we need it, to remember to pop it for they, okay? And it's really annoying for you, I understand, because soft and hard, for example, je vends, tu vends, il vend, yeah, great. Nous vendons, yes, everybody remembers ONS because you're saying it. Vous vendez, yes, everybody remembers EZ because you're spelling it. Ils vendent, so you think, right, I'm hearing a D, vend, so I'm going to pop VENDE. I also need an N and a T because it's they, okay, so N and T for they, okay. Next one. I've really jumped out of order with these, but it doesn't matter. Appeler versus appelle, projeter versus projette. Good. Some verbs, as we've talked about, the core would be a flat sound. So lever, the core should be love, which is a word in English. Love. But that's flat for French, so we make it lève. And we've talked about how to achieve this. We stick in a grave accent. Other verbs where we have a double L and a double T, where we have an L and a T, we will change the spelling of the word to give us the power. So appeler, nobody ever quite teaches this, and we've just got people walking around going, not quite sure. So the verb, yes, is appeler, yeah? Appelle. We're not going appelle, we're saying appelle, okay? Appeler. Anything with an ending other than the P sound, we will keep the single L. So appelons, APPELONS, because we've got an ending, like you had in nettoyant, okay? You have an ending, appeler, yeah? You've got an EZ, that's fine. Any of your was tenses, appeler. Yeah, because you've got an ending. You've got something else coming. If you're ending on the P bit, appelle, you need to double up the L. Je m'appelle, APPE, to give us the pelle, okay? Tu t'appelles, we're ending on the pelle bit, we need a double L. Il s'appelle, we're ending on the pelle bit, we need a double L. Nous nous appelons, we're ending on the en bit, we can have a single L. Vous vous appelez, we're ending on the A bit, we can have a single L. Ils s'appellent, or they call, I mean, I'm talking about call yourself, it could be you call somebody else. Ils appellent, they call whoever, you know. Yeah, appelle, you're ending on the P bit, you have a single L. I called, j'ai appelé, you've got appelé, you've got an ending, so you don't need a double L. The same thing happens with to project or throw, for example. So jeter, je jette, tu jettes, il jette. Nous jetons, vous jetez, il jette. So il jette, single sound, so we've got the jette, so we've got the J-E double T, and what do we need for they? E-N-T. Yeah, je jette, J-E-double-T-E. Projette, P-R-O-J-E-double-T-E. Otherwise it's jette, yeah, which is not the word we want. Okay, so this is an alternative method. When I say alternative, I don't mean you can choose. I mean if it's got the L and the T, you do this method. Okay, lovely. So that won't be in the order I've done them, but it will be written on the list underneath. Next one. Alternative double R's in the future tense. So, for example, je serai, je saurai, I would know, or I will know. J'aurai, I will have. J'irai. Great, you know your irregular futures. Well done, well done, well done. But remember, there are a couple where we have two R's. For example, if I think of any more, please let me know if I've forgotten them. But je pourrais, P-O-U-R-R. Yeah? Je verrai, I will see, V-E-R-R. Yeah, so please be careful with that double R because they're really common verbs. I could, je pourrais. Yeah, I would be able to. Okay? Next one, we're almost done. You're going to be so good at spelling for your exams for this. We've done tu manges versus tu manges. I think that's pretty much there. Is there anything else I wanted to get in? I will probably do an update on this video, but I think, so I just think through, I think that's basically how it is. So let's just do a random spelling test at the end, just to finish up for the last few minutes. How would I spell I try? J'essaie. J-E, J apostrophe E-S-S-A-I-E. Yeah, because it's the essaye. Okay. How do I spell première, feminine? P-R-E-M-I-E with a graph, top left, bottom right, R-E. How do I spell I prefer, je préfère? P-R-E, accent, acute, F-E, accent graph, R-E. One going up, one going down. You take, tu prends, P-R-E-N-D-S. He takes, il prend, P-R-E-N-D. I go out, je sors, S-O-R-S. He goes out, S-O-R-T. I can, je peux, P-E-U-X. He can, P-E-U-T. Okay? I finished, j'ai fini, F-I-N-I. I said, j'ai dit, D-I-T, because it's il dit in the present tense, so you're going to use the T. I produced, j'ai produit, P-R-O-D-U-I-T. Okay? I said it, talking about something feminine, je l'ai dit, J-E, new word L apostrophe A-I, new word D-I-T-E. Okay? Oh, I've thought of another one. Another great one, quickly. Where, ou, has an accent on it, has a grave accent, as opposed to ou, which is or, which is the word or. Yeah, that's massive, massive, massive. Okay? Good. Another one I've just thought of, gosh, you're doing so well with your spelling test. Really important. Command forms. If you're giving someone a command form, and it's a to verb, which I've just told you to put the S on, in the command form we don't have the S. So for example, eat, mange, M-A-N-G-E. Now, it's not that often that you write a command form, but in a text you might. Go to, no, not go, because that would be different. What could we say? Get up, lève-toi, is a command. So it won't be to lève with an S, it will be lève-toi, L-E with the accent, V-E, done, no S, okay? Good. I was eating, je mangeais, M-A-N-G-E-A-I-S, otherwise be mangaient. I was starting, C-O-M-M-E-N-C with a cedilla with a tail, A-I-S, okay? I went if I were a woman. Je suis allé, S-U-I-S, A-L-L-E and an E. Good, I think that will do for now. If you found that useful, if there's any more that occur to me, I will let you know. Please do give me a massive click, like, Please subscribe, please do say hello, and if you want any private tuition, by all means email me at LogicLanguageLearning@gmail.com. It has been a pleasure. Get these down, but do not think of them when you speak. But get these down and your spelling will be really, really, really safe for exams, okay? Best wishes.